there it goes. Hey. Hi. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Danielle. How is all these badass beaters? I see we have quite a few people in the chat. So yay!
Yeah, we do. We have lots of folks today. Hi, guys. I see Hazel is here.
Hazel, Bonnie. Let's give a shout out to our back end here, Colleen. Woohoo, Colleen! Hi, Linda. Oh my gosh.
Oh, everybody's here. I'm so glad to see you guys. I always feel like it's been forever. It's been a week, but hey, Becky's here.
Oh, hey, Becky. Carol.
Hi, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Thanks for joining. I'm excited to share this project with you guys. I'm having such a great time making these gorgeous.
You did these all today too, right?
I started a while ago, but then hadn't finished it. Couldn't remember what I did, so I took it apart and started over.
Oh.
And that was when I realized, because I was updating the blog, and because the blog has the instructions and a link to all the colorways. The one I just filled out, plus these two.
Okay. Oh, good, because I pulled out the beads to do the peony one, the purple one.
Oh, the peonies? You got this one? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got those are the beads that I pulled. So that's good. So we won't be doing the same.
I worked on this one is succulent, I believe.
Yeah, that's succulent. Yeah, so this is and this is a peony.
Oh, pretty.
Yes.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes.
That one just pops.
And as you found out, they are really, really fast. They really are really fast.
They are.
I used to teach this, and I would do 2 classes a day because it was so fast. So I would do like a 3-hour class in the morning, and then I do a 3-hour class in the afternoon, because people go like, really? It's like, seriously, really fast.
Yes,
really fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really, really, really fast. And I and someone says, "Oh, it's good to have fast stuff," because thanks, Lori, because we all need a little instant gratification. Every now and again, we can't be doing things that take 20 hours. Sometimes we need to do something fast.
Sometimes we need to get it done like faster than
weeks. And I'm all for that. I'm so all for that. So,
well, I got all warmed up to the pattern, and I have not tried the second pattern yet. But the second pattern looks to be very, very similarly constructed.
Yeah, it's a little more work because with the ginkgos, sewing up and back through the ginkgos versus when you did the one with the paisleys. Once you get the paisleys on, it's like, oh, we're just gonna they just go up here, whoop, and go back down, and whoop, and go back down. So yes, but they're still really fast. So I will I'll start the first one, and hi, Lena. Oh, thank you. I didn't know how to say this. Kalato?
Oh, Kalidi? Is that right? That's
right. Thank you. Oh, she loves my title. Yes, badass quilter. That's my, that's my new thing. So, anywho, so whenever
I will bring your camera up, and then I'll get mine ready over here. Should I attempt to do pattern 2? What do you think?
Yeah. Can we do both our bead mats on at the same time? Okay.
Oh, we could try that. That's a really good idea. Let me see if I can do that, actually.
Okay.
I know it's possible because Neely does it, and he showed me how to do it a few times, and I feel like I can handle this.
Are you sure?
New layout, yeah. And so we're going to add an item. So add a camera slot. There's one, and I think I can do this. Oh yeah, this is how he does this. Okay. And we'll add another camera slot. And there we go. And this might make it easier to see.
If nothing else, it'll be bigger, which will help. Since we can't figure out why I can't get these black things from on either side of my camera for some crazy reason.
So I've got that working, and I'm going to save that as a custom layout. And then I'm going to try to add it. Okay, and so I just want to change this screen to this screen for me. Let's see.
Learning something new every day. Well,
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, while you're figuring it out, so my usual spiel on things, especially with 2-hole beads, make sure before you start stitching that all your holes are open, because you don't want to get around to your next row and you're not going to be able to get in. I have already double checked all of my 2-hole beads just to make sure they're all ready. And like I said, where I'm going to start with the first version, which is the Gem Duos flanked by the Paisley Duos. And it's, if you look at the instructions, there's literally three illustrations. 3 illustrations, and that's it. So the first row or round is going to be your 6 Gem Duos. So we're going to just thread on 6 Gem Duos, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And make sure they're all going the same way, which is the dome side up. And we're going to sew through all of them.
Is that Ginger?
No, that was me. That was me. She's decided that no, she cannot be on my work surface while I'm trying to bead and talk at the same time. It's a little difficult to do that. All righty, here we go. Fudging around here. Fudging. Okay. There we go. All right.
Yeah, I'm just going to put you a solo layout because Debbie was saying, can we see the mat closer? And I couldn't figure out when I put side by side, it makes you smaller. So I wanted to, all right. And sorry, guys, we spent a little time. We were on for like almost 40 minutes before
trying to figure this out.
It's a StreamYard issue. Like it doesn't. I tried logging in from my phone and it was doing the same thing.
I might try my tablet the next time.
Yeah, I thought about asking if anyone out there is using a StreamYard this way. Let us know if you're able to find the setting where it tells you profile versus landscape.
Because we looked everywhere, literally everywhere. It could not find it at all. Okay, so there's my first little circle. See how fast that was? And I knotted them together. And you can like snip that off later or burn that off later. And you're just going to, I always say, sew 1 to 2 beads away from your knot. And then we're going to reverse our sewing direction by going through the open hole of whatever Gem Duo you're coming out of. So you can start your next round. And when I talk about the Paisleys, I talk about the tip or the crown. And I also say concave, which is the side that goes curves in, or convex, which is the side that curves out. And if you're having an issue when you're doing this, what you can do is look at the illustration and then lay your paisleys in the orientation, and then you can sew through and know that you're going in the right orientation. Does that make sense, Danielle?
It does, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I know sometimes when I say convex and concave, people are like, "What are you talking about?" And it's I think people have forgotten their geometry lessons from years and years and years ago.
Yes.
And, convex and concave. So that's my little tip on that. And you're just going to do that 6 times. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to snip this thing off. It's driving me crazy. Right. Because all these little spare threads just like drive me insane. Oh, and I guess I didn't start at the beginning. So I'm using about a yard of 6-pound Fireline or Eslon, or what's that, Wildfire. I generally don't use actual beading thread when working with these check beads, because unfortunately sometimes their holes can be a little rough, and I don't think most beading thread that's not a monofilament can stand up to the wear and tear on the inside of the holes for these beads. As much as I love these beads, they're still, sometimes their holes can be rough.
Yeah, and it just doesn't seem to have the structural support working with like a size B nylon,
Yeah, maybe if you use something heavier, it might work. But even having said that, I always do 2 thread passes. I don't care what I'm doing. I always do 2 thread passes. I know someone told me she thought it was a waste of time, until she came back a couple of weeks later and half her bracelet had fallen apart because she didn't go through the thread path twice. And I always say, out of your time and the supplies you're going to use, the most inexpensive thing is your stringing material. So hey, use a lot of it. Sew through several times, like whatever. It's like, so your bracelet or your earrings or whatever doesn't fall apart when you're wearing it.
I'm going to make a guess. I think you're working with Eslon.
This is Eslon Fire. Yeah, this is Eslon Fire. Just because
I want to pick your brain about that. So I'm kind of liking it. I'm liking the Eslon Fire.
It's a good substitute for Fireline. It's not, to me, it's not as smooth. Like, it doesn't feel as smooth. It's got a little more grip to it. So it probably holds knots better. But I just have to remember it, because sometimes I go back and look at something and it's like, oh, there's like this little extra bump of thread because I didn't pull it tight enough, because it, I was waiting for it to pull through, and it didn't pull through. So, it's just something else to get used to, right? But it's I don't think it's a bad product.
No, it's pretty good. It's thick, and I like that for this type of application. I was wondering for just a sec if you could hold up your piece, just kind of where your circle tray is. Like
sure.
Yeah. Lori's saying she wants to get a close-up view of it. I bet if you hold it up.
I was trying to finish going through the through the round.
And so that's the end of step 2, right?
That's into step 2. Yep.
And so I found a way to describe it for the geometry challenge like me. It's like water spout out for the centers. It looks like
okay. The way the paisleys are setting, is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
So I kept telling my mantra when I was going around was water spout out, water spout out.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so
that would be more impressive, but
So then to start the third row, we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to step up through the open hole of the paisley on the convex side. And then we're going to sew through the next paisley. So these two are now going to technically be kissing each other. So it's a paisley from one group to a paisley from another group. Does that make? There we go. Yeah, and then we're going to start adding our super duos, which are really, really easy. So you're going to pick up a super duo, and for this purpose, it's going to be from the left. It doesn't really matter, but since I'm going from the left to the right. Oh, that's wrong.
Do you have to put a 15 before?
Yeah, I have to put a 15 on. Thank you.
I forgot the 15 when I was doing my first one. That's what I took my first one apart because I just started going straight to the super duo. It feels more natural, I think. I don't know why.
Yeah, there's just a little extra space that I was afraid that the thread would start rubbing if you didn't put that 15 in there. So that's that's me. Okay, then 4 15s. 3, 4. And you're going to sew down through the open hole of that same super duo. There we go.
As a queen is asking, what color are those paisley beads? The ones that are in the peony.
They're called this one I think is called red violet luster or iris. Sorry, red violet iris. That's what it's called. So it flashes red and gold and purple sometimes, depending on the light that it's in, which is why they look very dark here. They're not as dark as they look. Let's see if I can shed some more light on that. You can see that it's nope. It's still not coming out.
It's still pretty.
Yeah. It's kind of purpley, which is why I have this like hot pink, sort of gym duos, and then I have this cute little whatever purpley color 15 this is. I'd have to go and find the name of the bead to tell you what color it actually is. I don't know what it is right off the top of my head.
It's been gorgeous, whatever it is. It's beautiful.
It's been a while since I did this, and I
was very, very surprised at like how easy and the steps were, given how complex it looks in the photo. It
looks very complex, yes. But that's that's one of the good things about some of the 2-hole beads. Like if you actually had to do this with you had to actually build this with just like regular seed beads, it would be a nightmare, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You'd have a hard time doing it. So sometimes the 2-hole beads like really help you out when you're doing something. And I do like when people go, oh, I didn't want to do that because that looks so hard. And then they do it and they go, oh my gosh, that was so easy. I'm like, yep. Something that I like to do. And I like making components. Like you could take this and make this component, and you wouldn't have to put it inside an earring, right? You could attach an ear wire to it. You could make it a pendant. You could probably make it a bracelet. I was
Cool.
just yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah,
we
'cause
yeah when we
interesting.
first got these ear wires in, we were into Beadsmith where I do my other life. They were like, "Oh, we need some patterns with the using these hoops, right?" And so Leslie Rogalski took a whole different tack than I did. I was like, "Let me see how much stuff I can bead up and stick inside of the hoop." She did stuff around the hoop and hung stuff off the hoop and everything, and I was just like, how many things can I take and so I have like 4 or 5 other combinations that I never wrote up for using these beads, this set of beads. So maybe at some point in time I'll do some more. These were the 2 that I liked the most.
I vote for more.
Of course you would. Of course you would. Of course you would. You'll always vote for more, right?
Yeah. It's so true.
If I just had, if I had unlimited amounts of time,
Right.
My latest thing at work is to come up with bead knitted patterns.
Oh.
And I was so happy because I'm like, if I could just sit and create and bead stuff all day long and then have somebody else do all the other, back stuff, I would be so happy. I really would be really, really happy if I could do that. So it's this is my happy place. Of course, Danielle knows that. So
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
so
you're just at
now,
the Oh yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was going to say. So now this is technically almost all of the hard work. This is the whole component is done. It's right here. Three rounds and the whole component is done. Poof.
It's brilliant.
I know. I love it. And so to get it to the place you want, you're going to sew through the first 15 you added, that super duo, and 2 of the 15s. Just like that. Because now you get to add it to your hoop.
Fun
So
part
that was
alert.
that was like 15 minutes. What do you think? That was about 15 minutes, right?
That was brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. So we got the component done in 15 minutes. And then all we have to do now is attach it. So we're going to attach the component to your frame with size 11s. And I start with this little hole here at the top. These are actually, you can actually open these up, but you don't have to do it for this. Because but I start at the top because then you can make sure that when you're going around, your component sort of stays centered inside the hoop.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, so that's why I start at the top. You could probably start anywhere you want, but I just figured, that's the best
move.
Start.
Like it'll move on the hoop if you don't start with that top locked in one.
Right. So we're going to pick up an 11 and we're just going to sew through that little hole. It doesn't matter if you sew front to back, back to front. It doesn't really matter. Whichever way you sew it is fine. And then you're going to sew back through the 11. And so it's now locked. And then you're going to just sew back through your other two 15s, the super duo and the other 15. And then you're going to sew around all your beads following the established bead thread path until you get to your next super duo, and we're going to do the same thing. So basically you're going to be adding an 11 and locking it around the ring between the 2 or the 4 15s over your super duo.
Yeah.
And it just really kind of stays in place. Like after you get a couple on, it'll just stay in place.
And Bonnie, I think I can answer this one, but Leslie, jump in if I get it wrong. But I did not reinforce around, meaning repeat the entire thread path around through those 11s, because I didn't want to go through my 15s an additional time.
You might not have a problem. I'm not sure if I
didn't do it on mine.
Yeah. I don't say to do it actually. I'm reading my instructions. So I think it should be fine. The 11 is very smooth. The blah, blah, blah. The frame itself is very smooth. But you can do it if you like. Like I said, it never hurts to put more thread on something. So it's completely up to you. And let me look at some of my samples.
Yeah, I was just looking at this one that I made earlier, and it's so strong and sturdy.
Yeah.
Those 6 points of connection. I'm using a 6-pound beading thread. It's very light. Like it's just so super lightweight that it just kind of very structural.
It looks like some of them I did and some of them I didn't. So
and the roots, in my experience, it didn't bend. It was very strong, and it doesn't actually take that much pressure to connect tightly with the beadwork.
No, it doesn't. And it doesn't once you get it in there, it's not going to move around. It's going to stay wherever you stitched it. And so when thread, gets abraded and snaps, it's because it's moving around. The beads around the thread are moving around, and that's where you lose your integrity.
Right. Yeah.
But hey, if you feel safer going through everything again, go ahead and do it, as long as your beads support it, and you're not like popping any beads, because unfortunately 15s can be a little more fragile than bigger beads. But
so in this case, you're going to go through the 11, and then you follow the next two 15s, the super duo, the next 15, the next two paisleys, next 15 super duo, first two 15s through the 11-0, around the hoop, back to the 11-0, and then repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Another one of my mottos.
Yeah, and it's perfect because it's just like Lori's saying, it fits in the hoop perfectly. Yeah, mine is so perfect in there. It just pops, and the way that when I hold the hoop up, it doesn't like move around.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't move. No, it doesn't move around. Yep.
There it is.
And I have to say, this actually did take. It took a little bit of a little bit of R&D. It really did to to make sure that it actually, fit inside the hoop and it's not bulging out and things like that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
my original, my original concept was there and worked pretty well, which we all know doesn't always happen.
No, it's serendipitous when it does, though.
So when it does, remind, I have to show you this little bracelet that I was working on. I could not believe that that actually worked the first time that I did it.
Really?
Yes. The only thing that happened was I made my sides too long. And so I just had to backtrack out a couple of rows. But I was like, oh my gosh, that actually worked the first time around. And that is just so rare. So absolutely rare. And it's just like I was giddy. I just was so excited. I'm like, it worked the first time around. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to add my last connection.
There it goes.
And so that's like less than a half an hour.
That's brilliant. And demoing while chatting too.
Yes, which is usually not good for me. I forget stuff.
I feel like when I demo and I'm explaining it, I take twice as long than I would just whipping through it, sitting at my desk. So if you're working at home on this at speed, you'll have the whole kit done, both pairs, probably like hour and 20.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Look at that.
There's number one.
Number one. I love it. Oh my God, that's so cool.
So seriously, 3 steps and you're done. I think the other one has a couple
3 steps.
Has a couple. It doesn't have 3 steps. Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Looks like, yeah. I'm about to demo it, having made it for the first time, so people can see how easy it is.
Wow. Okay.
This is
it's so weird that like I haven't stitched these since like 2022. So
and you just like instantly had that. What do you think? Is it fuzzy right now? Can you guys see okay?
It's a little fuzzy, but that's better.
Yeah. That better? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting 1080p. I don't know why it's doing that, but
well, I'm surprised that I'm not fuzzing out because we've had thunderstorms rolling through, which is still better than we had a tornado watch last night. I'm like,
oh
what?
wow.
Yeah. It was only for about an hour, but it still kind of freaks you out a little bit. It's like, yeah, I don't know where I would go if a tornado decided to hit. I'm like, I don't know where I would go. I don't have a basement. I don't have an inside stairway. I'm like, where the heck would I go? So luckily no tornadoes. Yay, no tornadoes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. So the second one, so you just did this one.
Yes, I just did. Yep.
The second one is very, very, very similar. All the steps to me seem like they're pretty much the same, slightly different counts, but not really. I mean, here you got 4 and 4, 3. No, so that's 6 there. Yeah. So I'm going to wing it, guys. Let's do it. Let's see. I can do it.
Yeah. You can do it. You can do it.
This is how good these instructions are. Okay. So I'm starting with 8 super duos. I'm going to go back through all the super duos. And I might wear the pair mismatch too, because that's just how I roll.
I had several people who took the class.
They did that?
Yeah. They were like, and then one lady, she's like, I'm going to go and try to find another combination. Because I get it. She didn't want to make another, another pair. because they was, they would match. I'm like, well, you might want to wear them matched. And she's like, nope, I'm going to wear them matched. So if she made some other combinations, I never found out, because I would have loved to know what the other combinations were that she did.
Yeah.
I get it. So that's completely up to you, Danielle. So then maybe if you come up with some other combinations.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I could try that.
Like, let us know. Then people will have more choices on what they can make.
And so
I have to say, I think that's my favorite colorway.
This one's your favorite, the succulent? Yeah, I'm working with succulent currently. Yeah,
well, because I'm a green gal. I'm a green gal.
I love how your instructions, they're super clear. They say tie a knot, go through the first bead that you started at. It's really super clear. And then here's the step up into the second hole of that super duo. I appreciate well-written instructions. These are so clear, so nice,
Well, it's tough to, well, it's not tough. It's a definite skill to be able to write clear instructions, because I'm sure everyone at some point in time has gotten a pattern or a kit from somebody and been like, what?
Yeah, bead weaving is difficult to narrate, I've noticed.
Yeah. Well, I think people forget that they know what they're doing, but when you're telling somebody else what to do, it's a little different, and they leave stuff out because they just don't, they forget about it, or they overlook it or something, or what. I mean, I've done it. The other day, someone said to me, she says, you said pick up an 11. You don't have 11s listed in your materials list.
That's the kind of mistake I would make.
I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I always appreciate it when people tell me, because it's like, you don't necessarily know that you made a mistake or left something out. It does really happen. And I'm not infallible, so.
Yeah, I would get the hard part right, but then I would mess up something more, like the materials list, like that. That's what I would do. It just takes an editor and, a second set of eyes, I think, on all these kind of things. This is pretty by itself. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my gosh. So I added a super duo. I was careful only doing dome side up.
Yes.
On those gem duos in between each of those 8 super duos. And from here, I'm going to do a step up through the second. And now I'm going to be doing the ginkgos. So let me get the ginkgos ready. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. I have my 15.
I think that's the iris, the green iris, the forest green iris. Is that?
It looks like the green sister bead of the purple one here.
Yes.
Oh, so pretty. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think they're all Irish finish.
They're lovely.
I did these when they first came out. And I even like the matte version.
Oh, the matte version. Really pretty.
Yeah, I even like the matte version, which I didn't think I was going to like. But I actually do like it.
Oh, it's so pretty. All of them are so gorgeous. This is a 15 here. And I'm going through the ginkgo bead.
Yeah.
There we go. To find my words. And now this is where it gets a little different. I'm going to need to string 3 15s.
Okay, you put that on backwards. You put your ginkgo on backwards. Yes. Your ginkgo has to be wide in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad you caught that now. See, I would have went all the way around.
And then you know what would happen? It won't fit in the It won't fit in the loop.
Gotcha. And so now I need to pick up 6 15s.
Yes.
So there's 6 15. And then go through the other side. And one more 15. And then through the gem duo. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Look at that. And so repeat 15. Yeah, thanks for catching that. I would have completely gone all the way around.
I'm glad I was looking at you when you did it. That was I'm sitting here stitching myself, but I was watching you as well. So I'm glad that I was watching you.
Yeah, me too. That was lucky. Here's 15. So I'm speeding up just a little bit, but it's the same thing that we've been doing. Just going to grab a 15, a ginkgo from the round side, 6 15s through the other side of the ginkgo, additional 15, and through the next gem duo. So I'll just speed this around really quick.
Okay. Yeah, and when you're stitching, when you're putting the 6 little 15s around the tip of the ginkgo, it looks like you've got all this extra thread, but when you go to attach them to the frame,
oh yeah,
that'll take up the extra slack.
Because you have to make room. There's going to be an 11 there coming up here in a
B. So it just kind of naturally sits there. It's like you don't really have to do anything. It's just like if you look at it, you might go, oh, there's a lot of it looks like there's a lot of thread, but it's going to dissipate when you do your last step.
There it goes.
No, Ginger, there's no room for you.
I hear her. She's so cute.
And I have no food either. Come on, let's go. Thank you. And it's not dinner time either, so you're just being a cat because I'm not paying attention to her.
Aww.
No, you cannot lay on my mat. Come on, thank you. Okay. So she's going to lay beside my mat. So depending on how long she stays here, when you
is she there now?
You flip the camera back around. She's going to be laying.
Let me show her. Everyone probably wants to see the kitty. Let's do it. Let me find you. Here we go. I have to go back to the screen here.
Oh, okay.
Is she still there?
Yeah, here she is.
There she is. Cute cat alert, guys.
I'm gonna put you to work.
I'm surprised she just hasn't taken her paw and just let all the beads find, journey together for the day.
No, she's usually good about that. Now, a spool of thread, she would have knocked it off and been chasing it all around the floor and leaving thread everywhere. She really does like to play with thread.
She has a weakness for thread.
For thread. So I'm very paranoid. I make sure I don't leave anything laying around. No needles, no little scraps of thread or anything like that, because a friend of mine's cat killed herself doing that. She ate some thread with a needle and perforated her stomach.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, let's not do this. And Ginger's just crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, I would have to really, really get smart about how I store things if I wanted to get a cat. I've thought about it. I really do want, the boys are begging me. Oh my goodness, they're begging. And they want a pet, any kind of pet. And I'm like, oh, guys, so I would have to get organized, smart, and clean the house. Like, stat. Oh, it looks like I'm frozen over on my other mat.
Oh, you are. No.
Why am I frozen? Yeah. Hey, I think, well, we can see your mat. I was at a good point to show something. I was at the end of
Oh,
them.
okay. I'm almost there.
You're almost there. If you get there first,
Yeah, I'm almost there. I've got a couple more ginkgos. So you were about to show putting it in the into the frame.
yeah, I was just there, and then it crashed on me.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. I'll bring yours up. Oh, hey, Karen. I wonder why it's StreamYard is being very. Is it StreamYard or is it me? Is it my internet? I forgot to reboot the router. I meant to do that. Yeah, now it's telling me I'm not connected to the internet.
Oh boy.
This happened once before too. It's happening a lot. I had years where it was perfect, and now it's just like. Let's see.
Okay. One more ginkgo. One more ginkgo. Boy, my neighborhood is really noisy today. What's going on? People walking and talking. That's good though, right?
Yeah. People are out and about.
Yeah. Considering it's been raining for the last 2 days, people are probably like, "Let me out of the house."
Oh yeah, if you've had bad weather, I would see that being where folks would just kind of want to be out. I noticed it happens here in Seattle. The sun comes out, and
everybody comes outside.
Yeah.
No one can blame them. Okay, so added the last ginkgo, then I'm sewing through to go through the first ginkgo and the 15s added over that first ginkgo. So I went through the first 3 15s, and then we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to stick it in a hoop, and we're going to pick up an 11. Yep.
Oh, Spunky, that's a good idea. She says she has a magnet. One of those Home Depot. I think I have one of those. That's a great.
I have several magnets. That's how I get all my needles off the floor.
Yeah. Or are beads okay? Like, for example, hypothetically speaking, if they were to eat a bead, would they be okay?
You know, I think if it's small enough and they don't crunch them, it should pass through. So if they decided to like eat some 15s or whatever, I don't think it would be a problem. But okay. So it's the same trick. Start with the top hole, so you know where to center your your bottom ginkgo, and then you're just going to do the same thing. Put on your 11, sew through the hoop. So around the hoop, so back through the 11 and into the corresponding 15s, and then travel over to your next one and rinse and repeat. This one, I think I would definitely suggest that you run the thread path again after you attached it. This one seems to be a little more fidgety than the other one, probably because there's a lot more space between the beads because of the ginkgos, as opposed to the paisleys. The paisleys take up more area. So, but it's up to whoever's sewing and how you feel about whether you think something is firm enough and secure enough.
Yeah, it does make it look like it was made to fit the hoop, because it was designed perfectly to fit. That's so cool. That's a nice compliment.
Thank you.
And I think mine's back. Let me see if I can make it look better. Does it look any better? No, it's still fuzzy, isn't it? Sorry, guys. But here he is. I'll bring yours back. Yours is better.
Yep.
I gotta figure out where the connection issue lies for mine.
My Ginger.
There she is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just want to watch the cat. She's like chilling me out about my internet. She's so cute.
It's like, if you want to do this, I'm going to like put you to work. Because, there's this little reel I saw on Instagram, and the woman says to her cat, she goes, I'm going to have to put you to work, showing your, photographing your toe beans. And then her cat like sticks his paw out with like spread out, like with his toe beans showing. It's actually hilarious. I was like, okay. So it looks like your cat is more than happy to have you take photos of their toe beans. Really funny. Cats are. Oops. Oh, and I made a booby. I did not sew back through my 11.
Yeah, Spunky, I agree. That was my first thought when I saw that little paw. It's like she's definitely going to go for that tray right now. But she didn't. She was really good.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Maybe she decided to behave herself a little bit.
Hopefully she's not listening to us right now, getting ideas.
I don't know where she went. She's now gone, so that's fine. So if she stays away for the next 10 or 15 minutes, it's all good. Yeah, this one is a little more fidgety here. I was going gangbusters until I got to trying to add it to the hoop. It's kind of slowed me down a little bit.
I definitely think the hoop addition part is the part that takes the longest because you have to weave through.
Yes.
But by the time you get to that step, you're so motivated because your design is practically done. That was my feeling as I was working through it.
Well, you did all the hard work. This is like the, this is the end.
There's a lot of great beads in this kit. There's so many extra.
That's one of my mottos. Gotta have enough beads.
Definitely a great motto to have.
Well, I have to say, I was very sour on kits, buying kits, making kits or whatever, because when I started, I got kits from some very prestigious beadwork artists, and they didn't have enough beads in them.
Oh no.
And then a couple of them were and they had things that you wouldn't normally have around. So without, like, I have this one kit that I have never finished. I think I finally like took it apart and scavenged, and stuck it in other stuff, because after all that time, I could not find that bead.
Aww.
that she put in it. And it was this, and it was, she did say it was vintage, but I thought I would, like, I might, I go to enough bead shows. At some point in time, I might find something that was comparable. Well, after about 5 or 6 years, when I didn't, I just said, forget it. And I just took the damn thing apart. I was so pissed. So I was like, I don't want anybody's kit. I'll just pick my own stuff. I don't want anybody's kit. And then people were like, can you make a kit? I'm like, I don't want to make a kit. I don't like kits. And so now I make my living making kits. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Well, you learned the things you did not enjoy about them, so you've managed to like
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no one's gonna say that they didn't get enough stuff in my kits.
I find measuring a little challenging still to this day. Like when I'm making them, I have to really focus on that. And then I get nervous. Like I'll be trying to fall asleep, and the stuff maybe it's shipped already or it's sitting on the dining room table, and I have to go double check it because I get scared.
Yeah, I do that occasionally. I do that occasionally, especially with something that has a lot of different stuff in it, like
yeah,
the mosaics of Adidas has a lot of moving parts, and I did that last batch. I did go back and remeasure two of the colorways, and it was a good thing I did because it was a little short. I think it would have been enough, but I was just like, nah, you got to put that, put that extra half a gram in there. Like, what if somebody drops a bead or something, or scrunches something up or whatever, right? You'd be, So I'm with you on that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that.
Yeah, well, people just don't. Yeah, kits are a lot of work. Kits are definitely a labor of love. That I don't think people realize how much work they are.
Aw. I see so many nice comments. Thank you guys so much for picking up the Jody kit too. That's so cool. I'm almost around my hoop. Almost there.
Woohoo! Well, I got mine. Oh,
You got yours done? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh my god.
Yes.
I love it.
I have to say, I think this one I would actually follow the thread path. This one's it's kind of moving around a little bit.
You think so?
So maybe on this one I might say, go around the thread path again, just to be safe. Or use a heavier fire line. Maybe use an 8-pound, maybe.
Oh, I wonder if I might be using 8-pound. Here's mine. It's almost done. I'm not quite there yet, but I've got the net points on this side done. I feel like it's, I mean, I think it's good, but I think I'm using 8-pound.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
That could be it.
No, I did Epsilon Fire in the white color on this one.
Okay.
But it's working out so nicely here with the 8-pound. I might do that. That's cool. That is so cool. I love it. Oh, it does look like a quilting pattern. Oh, that's a cool thought there. It really kind of does.
Which quilting pattern? I like quilting. There's lots of patterns. There's lots of patterns. So
it says her mom's quilting patterns. Aw. That's so cool.
So
yeah, Mary.
Each one of us got one earring done, a piece, one in less than an hour.
Yeah.
So
they look so good.
Sweet.
I love these. I'm definitely gonna finish both. I'd like to have the pairs too, and I might just like cycle through and wear them, like all the different ones, just matching. They're gonna be a great summer. I could see these as the they have the beach vibes. They have the going out for drinks summer evening kind of thing going on.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling these. I don't know. I need one of those like Hawaiian dresses or something to go with it. That'll be fun.
So to the lovely lady who said something about quilting, my first love was sewing.
Oh,
and a lot of people tell me frequently that the stuff I bead looks very fiber-esque. or Faberesque, and that's probably why I I don't even realize it's in my head, and it's in my head. So that's
so neat.
Yeah, that's a distinct possibility. So, but so yay.
Well, you have a surprise to show everyone. A little teaser, right?
Yes.
Let me bring up your other camera.
This is what I was talking about. So I saw this picture of this like gradation of paint, like it was dripping down a wall.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I said I was going to do another bracelet with this finding, this acacia. And I'm like, I'm going to try that. And seriously, it worked perfectly. I could not believe how perfectly it worked.
Oh my God, look at that.
Oh, and I love putting the backlit in because it looks like a jewel.
It does. Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like you put a jewel in. So this was the first colorway, but I'm such a green gal. I'm such a green gal.
This one, yeah. So
I had to do my chartreuse, right? Except
so beautiful.
I don't have any silver magnets. So, but for all intents and purposes,
that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So is this, I must ask, going to be a kit asking for a friend?
If people would like a kit, I'll be more than happy to
there we go.
To make a kit. But yeah, it's like, and it is super fast. So it's odd count peyote, but then you just decide when you want to like drip your colors into each other. And so even if I write it up, I'm not going to say put this many beads here and put this many beads there, because that's not it. This is so, like, if you look at if you look at them, you can tell they're not the same, because I wasn't paying attention.
How many, it's even, is it a even count peyote?
No, it's odd count peyote.
Okay. So how many beads per row in the longer one? 5?
4.
4, okay.
4. It's 4 and 3. 4 and 3.
Oh, so you could do a 3-2-1 ombre.
Yeah, if you wanted to, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will
that's awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So
I'm putting the vote in for, that's one of my more votes. And Sharon, the earrings we were working on today are not a mismatched pair, although you could wear them that way, but you get enough in one kit to do a pair of each style.
Yes.
So you make 4 earrings in total, and so two sets.
Yeah, 2 pair. So yes.
We just demoed one of each today. So
we wanted to demo each configuration.
And Heather, the middle component, I believe, is a symbol from Beadsmith.
Yes, the sarcophagi.
Awesome. Are those size 10 delicas or 11?
11s.
11s. So that was the 11 delica.
Yes.
Finding there. Okay.
And then the endings are a symbol as well. One of the
scaffy, or
no, the tupala.
Oh, that's because it's for delicas. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Not 11s. Yes. You'll learn. I know.
It's hard.
I always joke. So in 2019, our first booklet had 12 pages.
Oh, wow.
For 2023, I think it was like 48 pages or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Marianne. Well, Leslie, it looks like you're making another kit. Okay. So,
yes.
It might take me a week or two because I'll have to order the supplies and stuff. So yeah, it looks like wow, kit, yes, kits, yes to a kit. Okay. Thank you, ladies.
They are
so all my badass beaters. I love it.
Oh yeah. So true. Oh, we got to do our giveaway. I just
do the giveaway. Yes, don't forget the giveaway.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for sticking around. We changed the format a little bit because later when folks are watching that aren't live, they were feeling like really left out that so we're doing the gifty stuff in the chat at the beginning. So here we go. Oh, and I didn't say it was for. It's for a gift card to my shop.
Marlene. Yay.
Hey, Marlene, if you can send me your email address, and my email address is Danielle@daniellewicksjewelry.com. Just send me your email address, and I will be sending you a discount code that will take 20 off an order in my shop. No minimum, doesn't expire.
And you said that you...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you said you put the PDF of the earrings in your
I did.
Your blog?
There's a blog post dedicated to today's live.
Okay.
You can find that at currently it's the very top tutorial under DanielleWicksJewelry.com/tutorials, and you'll see it. It's the very first one. It has a link to each kit in every color, and then it also has a link to today's video and a link to the PDF. So you can download those. And I was curious, do you still have the last week's kit, or not last week, but the week before we did the Tila bracelets? Do you still have those? I meant to check this morning and just
the
forgot.
Mosaic Adidas.
Yes, yeah.
Nope.
Okay. So a couple folks have asked me if you couldn't find it. The links on my page didn't work anymore. I was going to update that.
Yeah, no. So if I made more of them, the price would be higher. So I was making the kits out of stuff that I already had, and so like I hadn't ordered any of that stuff since like 2022, and I went and looked at the prices and went, yeah. So yeah, I was pretty like, oh my gosh. And that's has nothing to do with the tariffs. That's just because I hadn't ordered anything since, any of that stuff since like 2022. So I was still working off of 2022 prices. And so, yeah, I feel bad because I'm sure people want them. And yeah. So anywho. So yes, sorry. There's
okay. I'll update the page to sold out, but that reminds me of folks browsing might want to grab kits that are there. Note to self.
Note to self, yes. Yes. So I do apologize. Like I said, I'd be more than happy to order and do some more kits, but it's probably going to increase the kit like by $5 or so.
Yeah, which might be okay. Some folks might be interested anyway. I mean,
if anyone's interested, they can contact me. They can just email me, Leslie@twistedsistahbeads.com, and say that they're interested in one of the Mosaics Adidas. And if you don't mind paying a little extra money, I will order some stuff to make the kit.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. I think you'll probably get some messages. Yeah. And so let's see. We got to figure out when you're coming back and what we're doing. Do we have a date?
I thought we said June June 21st.
21st. That's right. Thank you for
and we're doing the pinwheel rainbow bracelet.
21st. Gotcha. Okay, so that's the pinwheel bracelet. Is that currently on your site?
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay, so that's the one we're doing next, guys. So Leslie will be back with us June 21st. We're going to be doing the pinwheel set. That's a bracelet and earrings?
Bracelet and earrings, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Julie Peterson's already made it. I saw her post, and it was
yes. Yeah. She's a beading demon, man. She's just like whipping them out.
I know. I'm so impressed. She has such great style too. So it's like fun to watch her presentation and her photos and everything. It's really cool.
So yay. This is like I say, this is like the highlight of my week coming on.
Mine too.
Chatting with you and all these other lovely ladies in the chat. It's greatly appreciated. So I will get working on this kit.
We've seen and know we want. I appreciate you being here so much. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. And thank you, Leslie, for this instruction and these beautiful, wonderful inspirations that will just keep us smiling, keep us in our
My pleasure. You guys like really, really ramp me up. I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I want to wish you guys a great rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you for the next one.
Yep. But tomorrow you're on with Neely, right?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm on Silver Silk Sunday.
Yes.
And bringing the party with some Silver Silk tomorrow at 1 Pacific. And I think that's 4 Eastern.
4 Eastern. Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Just had to get that in. You're right. Right.
Thank you. Yeah, because I get forgetful at the end of my lives lately. I don't know why. I'm just kind of thinking about tech.
Too much work, but well, bye ladies. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the 21st. Woohoo!
See you then.